Well, currently I'm working on a 1994 Crown Victoria, but this can apply to pretty much everything here. I had a very weird condition 3 days ago where this car would not start. I had no crank, no nothing as far as the starter moving. Starter's all the way down here in this. If you've seen any videos on this fucking car, you know that starter's kind of a pain in the ass to get to. So I get the starter thinking it's a starter because I checked my connections. I checked the fuse is good. There is no relay on this car. It just goes from here, from the battery straight down to the solenoid. No relay, just the fuse. And I went down there and I realized after I looked at this, because this is not my car, it's a friend of mine's, and I have not had the chance to really check it out, that I actually replaced this starter less than 2 years ago. I look at the starter and it's very, very new. No dirt or corrosion. You see some of this dust and dirt in here and stuff. There's like no corrosion, no nothing. So I start thinking, what the fuck could be wrong? I double check everything. When I initially looked at this, when it wouldn't start, I was trying to jump it for my friend, and the battery terminal was on. The positive was really solid. I couldn't move it for anything. Negative really solid. I had connection. I had all my lights were all working. You see that light on the hood, that was working. No dimness. While I was actively trying to jump it, you know, letting it charge off my truck for hours wouldn't do anything. So I figure it must be the starter. It must be the solenoid probably. The starter itself is probably still good because there's no hard start issues they mentioned, no click sounds they mentioned, but just solenoid must have just gone. Came back today, 3 days later, when I got the part, and it's about 15-20 degrees cooler than it had been. We got a little cold front coming in, and it started up no problem. I just turned the key for shits and giggles because I was going to push this fucking thing in the driveway because it was parked in the street. Started up no problem, so I'm racking my brain trying to look all over, find out what the hell was going on, and double check my fuses. It's all good. Was wiggling my wires all again. There was no play in anything. And so just for shits and giggles, I undo the negative terminal, cleaned it up, you know, ran my little brush inside and out. All good. This battery is only like 4 months old. And then I took off, went to undo the positive, and it was hard to turn the nut. Took it off, and as I'm taking a wire brush to it, the bolt is completely fucking gone from corrosion and shit. This thing was on there very snug. I had to spread this with a flathead screwdriver just to yank it off, and there was like a little bit of corrosion around the inside, and I'm betting that's the actual issue here. Like I said, it started no problem, and you know, if you know anything about metals, when they get cold they contract, so that little bit of coldness just made this contract that little bit to make good connection to start. So I'm gonna have to cut this fucking thing off and put on a new clamp to go on the battery. But always check your connections 100%. Don't just assume something's good because it looks and feels good. Take it off and actually check it, scrub it with a brush. You never know. Because I'm pretty sure after this is going to be exactly why this car was having a starting issue. So I took the starter back, and it'll save $100. No point in putting $100 into something if you don't have to. Have a good day.